to unveil the report. A round of applause. I think this requires a standing moment. Let us all honor this moment and recognize indeed the great strides that we have made.
So much for the Kenyan judiciary and for Africa to stand out that we can solve our own problems. We have problems, yes, but the solutions for those problems are in our hands. Those challenges which we create ourselves, we know the solutions. And those who distract us, we just have to pray for them and forgive them and move on. In fact, it has been so bad for me the last 2 weeks. I was telling my senior sisters here, when I became a Chief Justice, I weighed 75 kilos. Now I'm only 68. And I'm not on a weight loss program. It's just the weight of the burden. But I'm happy that I don't have to go to lose weight. It has gone. So the time I would have spent going to the gym to lose weight, I spent working to see how this dream can come true. So thank you very much, all of you, for listening.
Thank you, Chief Justice, for sharing that Kenya has what it takes. Africa has what it takes. We've seen our pioneer women and Kenya, we've seen it across other countries. And so we don't necessarily always have to look somewhere else to learn. We can learn from our indigenous systems. We can learn from our inner strength. But most importantly, we can learn from visionary leaders like yourself, who are dreaming and seeing and also building up on what others before you have done. So we are looking forward to supporting you, and I'm hoping and believing that your vision and your term as Chief Justice will be a great one. We all pledge this day to support the Chief Justice of Kenya, Martha Koome, to make sure that her legacy is one that lives many years, building on the legacy of many others before her. So we support you. And lastly, I would like to ask a question. How can non-profit organizations like the Institute for African Women in Law work with you, work with the judiciary of Kenya and other judiciaries around the world to promote the work that you all are doing? Are there ways for which we can be of support in addition to all this others who support us?
A lot of support, my sister, that you can give. Like it was acknowledged, we have made great strides to get women in the legal profession. From just 1 or 2 to now 50-50. Since I became Chief Justice, I've admitted 2,500 young lawyers in the bar. Are we having some here? Is there anyone I've admitted to the bar? Wow. Wonderful. When I joined the bar myself in 1987, I was number 1,700 something, which means in a span of 1 year, 8 months, I have admitted more lawyers than there were for so many decades when I joined. So this is a profession that is growing tremendously, and we have seen it is nurturing young women and young men because we want them to work together. Let us support the mentorship of these young people. What I tell them when I'm admitting them is that this is a great profession. They should never be discouraged. We are a population of 50 million in Kenya, but when you talk about the East Africa community, we are even more, and when you talk about Africa, we have even more, and we are looking for opportunities everywhere. I do not want to imagine anyone I admitted or was admitted even by my predecessor, a lawyer who has gone to school, gone to university, gone to the Kenya School of Law, and become an advocate, can actually be destitute. We must hold each other's hand, especially the hand of these young lawyers. So we've been talking with the Law Society to start a mentorship program. And we are supported also by a wonderful woman Judge Anne Claire Williams of the US, who has trained us a lot on trial advocacy. And we are putting together a program that can sharpen the skills of the newly admitted lawyers in research, in advocacy, in representation of clients, in managing a law firm, so that they can we can hold their hands according to this poster. So that is what I would be asking for. The support of also the young people who are joining the profession, either the academy or the judiciary, the young women, working with the high AWJ. And I see our president here, the Lady Justice Agnes Murugo, and our Africa Regional Director, Lady Justice Okwengu, wonderful, great women judges who have really upheld women in the judiciary, and other judges who are present here. So there are many, many ways you can support us so that we can shine in the profession, and the women who have reached the top, the pinnacle of their careers, they can also stay there without being demolished. When I became the Chief Justice, I decided I'm not going to be distracted. I'm going to remain focused on what we have identified as the key things to be done. So I blocked myself completely from the social media. So this is something we also need to train us how to deal with it. Because if I were to listen to the social media, I think last week I was dead. Yes, you know, it started, she's very sick, she's receiving dialysis at Kenyatta National Hospital. Then that time I was launching a beautiful building by the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, and we were celebrating a milestone and dancing. And from there I'd gone to a wonderful team building meeting of the Supreme Court, a working session. And then this is the news that is all over, that she's dying at Kenyatta. Then I think she has left Kenyatta and she's involved in a deadly accident, and then she's dead. So really, is that something for us to look at? It's just, I'm like, are they pretending I'm dead so that they kill me, and then they say after all she was dead? So we have a lot of challenges as women. So we need women to own each other, to celebrate each other, to understand the circumstances under which we work, the difficult situation we navigate when we have to come up with a decision, and just be kind to us. So if there is an organization that extends love and kindness, I would ask that they also surround us with love, kindness, and prayers and encouragement, something to keep us up there elevated. But we would appreciate, and we continue to appreciate and celebrate each other, and also to thank our partners who have understood the difficult circumstances under which we work, and they have come in a big way to render their support, especially our development partners.
Thank you very much, Chief Justice. I think you've said